Hello again, everyone. All right, so we have another couple of questions in the comments. So let's see what we have here. So Michael says, didn't know the JD-08 has such a cool envelope section. Thanks for sharing. Do you know if it can loop as well? And the answer to the question is yes. The JD-08 can loop via polyrhythmic sequencing. Example of that, you can set pattern A for a pattern length of 6 or pattern B, and you can set the sequencer for 8 steps, so forth and so on. I'm going to demonstrate that here in a few seconds, but apropos of that, Inner Dimensions has a question that kind of ties into the previous question, and I may very well be able to answer or address both of these simultaneously, or at least in different parts of the video. So I have a topic for you to explain if you want to make it. In JD-08, you can assign specific key or range of keys to make sounds from one tone. For example, patch B16 have drums. By pressing some keys, you have a kick. Some have only snare and some only hi-hats. How do you make that? Another topic, or maybe the same, is it possible to split the keys to play 2 different patches at once, one side for bass pads and the second for lead? And the answer to the question is absolutely. You can absolutely do that. The JD-08 has the capability of applying a tone to a specific range of keys on the JD-08 keyboard. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a demonstration on both of these topics. So let's take a look. Okay, so to address the first question associated with JD-08's looping capabilities, what we're going to do is we're going to cycle over to a blank pattern. Let's go. So I'm going to hold the start button and I'm going to cycle all the way over to pattern B88, I believe it is. There we are. All right, so pattern B88. I will also select an initial patch for this demonstration. Let's see. No, let's go with D88. Okay. Let's see how our volume's looking. Okay, good. Excuse me. Okay, good. All right, let's see. So this is our tone, or should I say this is our patch for part A. So I'm going to press common, and we're on part A. Now I'm going to switch over to part B. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll select so we're still on a initialized pattern. Okay, this is good. This is excellent. We're just on a different page of that pattern. Okay, good. So pattern B. Okay, great, good. All right, so now all I have to do is just select yet another initialized patch. Oops. So I'm just cycling through my banks. And then, let's see, so I have my bank number, page number, and then my patch number. Let's make that one D87. Okay, perfect. So we have parts A, parts B. I'm going to click common again, go back to part A, exit, exit, exit. Okay, all right. Now, let's pick a waveform for this initialized patch. I want to go for something percussive. So let's see what we have. Let's see what we have at our disposal. Like a bongo. Okay, good. All right, so let's start programming, shall we? For that, we'll hold effects, press common, go into our sequencer mode. Let's hold a step. Step number 1, we'll hold it and then press note. And from there, we can start inserting our steps. Okay, that's step number 1. 5, 9, 13. All right, let's press start. Let's see, let's exit note mode, and that's great. That's all fine and well. But see, essentially what I've done is I've just programmed a single tone for a range of 16 steps, when in reality, all I need are the first 4. So what I can do is, while in sequencer mode, I can press Common and go to the option for length. Select length. I have 16 steps. Well, I only need 4 of them. So I'll cycle down to 4. Now watch what happens. Only 4 steps are available at this point. Okay. So now what we can do is we can exit our sequencer mode by holding effects and pressing Common. And then what we can do is press Common, select our part, and cycle over to B. Press exit. I'm going to press play, but what you'll notice is you'll hear the 4-step sequence on page A, but you won't see it. Although hidden, it is still active. So let's go into our note mode. Part B is still initialized. So what we can do is we can find yet another percussive tone, but I want it distinct. Okay. All right. And now I'll hold effects, press Common, go back into my sequencer mode again. And let's see, I'll exit note mode and I'll hold step number 5. Press note. Insert the C on step 5. Okay, and then I'll cycle over to 13. So doom ta, doom ta, doom ta. Okay, perfect. So now what we have, if we exit note mode and exit, okay, here we are. Now what I could also do is exit, while the sequence is running, I can exit sequencer mode, go back over to part A, click exit, 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 go back into sequencer mode, and another cool thing about this is that you can create these odd off-meter rhythms just by changing the length all over again. So bizarre. Okay, a bonus tip here, and this is actually something that kind of confused me. So say, for example, if I do have a default length of 16, the JD-08 gives us the capability of cycling through multiple pages of our sequence. Well, I tried pressing the page button. Well, hold on. There you go. Yeah, I tried pressing the page button, and well, nothing happened. So let me go into sequencer mode, and I'm going to press the page button. It's giving me nothing. It's just saying, essentially, I'm on page 1 of 1. Well, I know that, but how do I go to page 2 or 3 or 4? So I know I see sequence steps 1 through 16, but what if I want to program for 17 through 32 or something along those lines? Well, what you have to do, and you guessed it, what you have to do is you have to go into Common and set your length for something greater than 16. So what if I'll sequence over to 30, I'll cycle over to 32. Well, now what's made available to us is 2 pages. Page 1 of 2, page 2 of 2. So and that's it. That is how you program polyrhythms and access additional pages. Okay, next question. Okay, let's do this all over again. Let's reinitialize completely. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to Common. Let's make sure. And this time around, I'm only going to work with part A. And I'll show you why here in a moment. All right, now let's dial over. Let's go to Common. Let's go to Total Effects, press Common, and let's pick an initial pattern. So I'll hold Start. Pattern A11. Let's cycle all the way over to B88. Perfectly fine. Okay, we hit Start. We have nothing. Good. All right, now let's go Total Effects, press Common, go back into our patch selection mode. And let's see here, and we will select an initialized patch. This time around, D8. Okay. Hold Note. Okay, good. All right, we're initialized on both fronts, both from a pattern perspective and from a patch perspective. Okay, so let's activate tone A, B, C, and D all simultaneously. I'll make my active layer A for now. I'll switch the waveform out. I'll make my active layer, I'll make my active layer B now. I'll switch my waveform. Active layer C, change its waveform. Active layer D. So I'm deactivating a layer and then activating another subsequently. I only want to change one waveform per layer. Okay, and so now I have no active waveforms. However, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit active layer mode. Now all 4 layers are activated. All I've done is I've just assigned different waveforms to different layers of the patch. I'll go into note mode, and now I have like this multi-timbral, completely random sound, which is great. But what if we're in a situation where I don't want to hear all of the layers simultaneously? What if for one side of the keyboard I want to hear one layer, and on the other side of the keyboard I want to hear something else entirely? Well, we can do that. So here's how that works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press Common, and I'm going to go into my menu mode. I'll deactivate note mode for the time being, so that way we can see all of our menu options illuminated. And let's cycle over to range. Range is actually kind of interesting to me because, well, Enough talking. I'll just show you. If I select range, you're presented with 10 different options here. A something again, B something again, B something again, C something again, and so forth and so on. Okay, so what does all of this mean anyway? All right, so I believe what Roland is trying to tell us is that we are setting the range of layer A's lower level. Okay, if I select range of A's lower level, I have C hyphen. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll all the way over to C3. Did I pass it? I did. C3. Okay. Lower level of tone A is C3. I'll press exit, nudge to the right, select higher level of tone A. Well, I set C3. We have C through C, right? So let's say C. No, not C, but D. D3. Okay. And there we have it. All right. I'm going to exit for now. I'm going to go into note mode. All right. So I'm going to deactivate layers B through D for now. Okay, so now all we hear is A. C3, C sharp 3, D3, D sharp. And now we have nothing. So what just happened there? Well, simple. Because we only set the range from C to D. And the rest are inert. Okay. Well, let's try that same exercise for tone B. Let's make B's lower level D sharp 3. Well, there it is. D sharp 3. That's funny. It's like a hyphen with an underscore, but that's D sharp. Okay, so let's see. And now we'll go through F3. Exit. That's our lower level. Higher level. D sharp. F3. Yep. Let's go to F3. Got it. All right, let's exit. Exit again. Activate tones A and B. Interesting. Let me do something really quickly. I see what happened now. Okay, that makes sense. D sharp. Let's see, lower level. Okay, lower level D sharp. Okay, cool. Oh, actually, I got that wrong. It should be D sharp 3. There we are. That's why I was hearing them at the same time. Okay, made a mistake there. And then F3. Got it. Okay, let's try that one more time. A and B. Let's go. And then nothing. So now we have a nice little split here. All right, now let's continue this process with C and D. Okay, let's go F sharp through. Let's go ahead and go through A. Why not? F sharp 3 through A3. Activate it. C. F sharp 3, higher level A3. Good. I'm going to continue. And I'm just going to move from A sharp 3 to C for tone D. And we can end it at C4. There we are. I think that should work. Okay. Okay, so with all of my tones activated, we'll just cycle through each key on the keyboard chromatically just to see if we hear a difference. And there we have it. That's how it works. So, now what can we do with this? Well, simple. We have an initialized pattern here. So, if I go into pattern mode, what I can do is I can set my... Yeah, as a matter of fact, I can just start inserting steps according to this particular scale range. So, let's see here. Well, go here. Hold, and go into note mode. All right, so let's see, we have a few options here. Next. Okay, so we have 16 steps inserted. That is the most atonal demonstration I've ever done. None of that made any sense. But you guys get the point. Let's slow the tempo down for a second, just so we can hear each individual tone played out. I'm going to activate all of my layers and mess around with the filter just to see what happens. Let's do an LFO. Okay, enough playing around. But you guys get the point. So yes, it is possible to split the tones or distribute the tones across your scale length. All you have to do is just set the range. And that's pretty much it. All right, guys, so that pretty much does it for polyrhythmic sequencing and assigning tones to respective scale lengths with the JD-08. Thank you guys so much for the support. Keep the comments and keep the questions coming. If you guys have any questions about anything MPC, JD-08, JX-08, OP1, field, I've been having a lot of fun with this one as well. OP1 field related. What else do we have? Yes, I've been having fun with this little guy too. Roland SP404 Mark II. Anything related to any of these devices, please, please, please let me know. But until next time, I'll talk to you guys later, and thank you so much.